Imagine standing on the shores of Egypt's Red Sea coast over 2,000 years ago, watching ships loaded with spices, gems, and exotic animals arrive from distant lands. This bustling scene played out daily at Berenike, an ancient port that served as a gateway between the Roman Empire and far-reaching places like India and sub-Saharan Africa. The treasures and cultures exchanged here reveal a fascinating story of ancient global trade, showing that our ancestors' connections were far more sophisticated and widespread than previously thought. The ancient port of Berenike on Egypt's Red Sea coast reveals a highly organized and influential trading hub, integral to the flow of goods and culture across continents from the 3rd century BCE into the early centuries CE. Here's a more granular look at Berenike's significance and operation based on recent findings and analyses from archaeologists. Detailed port infrastructure and operations. Berenike's physical structure included storage warehouses, residential quarters, and administrative buildings designed to manage high volumes of trade goods and incoming vessels. These facilities were equipped to accommodate perishable goods, reflecting the port's role as a transit and storage point before goods were transported overland to the Nile and on to Alexandria. Archaeological evidence suggests sophisticated logistics, including ramps and large storerooms, designed for efficient movement and storage of imported goods. Harbor installations may have included wharves and anchoring sites for larger ships, with nearby rest houses for sailors. Trade networks and goods. Berenike played a key role in the Indian Ocean trade network, facilitating commerce between the Roman Empire and regions as distant as India, Arabia, and parts of Africa. Items excavated here have included spices and aromatics like black pepper and frankincense from India and Arabia, textiles and silks from India and possibly China, indicating the extent of the trade connections. Precious stones such as pearls, sapphires, and rubies. Exotic animals like Indian elephants and African monkeys, which might have served as diplomatic gifts or exotic attractions in Roman territories. Notably, black pepper found at Berenike provides evidence of the demand for Indian spices in Roman markets, underscoring the economic importance of luxury goods in ancient trade. Such items were likely transferred via caravan routes to Alexandria and distributed throughout the Roman Empire. Cultural exchanges and inscriptions. The multilingual inscriptions found at Berenike, including texts in Greek, Latin, and Tamil, suggest that the port was a melting pot of cultures. Tamil inscriptions indicate interactions with South Indian traders, while Greco-Roman inscriptions point to the Roman administration's presence. This multilingualism suggests a complex, collaborative environment where traders, sailors, and officials from diverse backgrounds lived and worked alongside each other. In addition to inscriptions, cultural artifacts hint at religious diversity and interaction. Statuettes, small idols, and ritualistic items have been uncovered, reflecting a blend of Greco-Roman and Eastern influences. These artifacts suggest that Berenike was not only an economic hub but also a place where ideas, religious practices, and customs were exchanged. Economic and political importance. The strategic location of Berenike made it an essential port in the Roman-controlled trade network. By the 1st century CE, Roman interest in the Indian Ocean trade grew significantly, particularly under Emperor Augustus, who encouraged trade with India and other eastern regions. The Roman Empire's demand for luxury goods helped Berenike thrive, as trade routes bypassed more dangerous land paths and established safer maritime routes across the Red Sea and Indian Ocean. Archaeological significance. The findings at Berenike challenge older views on the limitations of ancient trade. They reveal that ancient societies had established highly efficient, long-distance trade routes and that these trade networks were robust enough to support regular exchanges between distant civilizations. In particular, recent excavations at Berenike have revealed that it remained active for centuries, with some phases of decline and revival corresponding to broader geopolitical shifts, such as changes in the Roman Empire's influence and political stability. Berenike, like other ancient ports, is helping historians understand the scale and sophistication of ancient global trade. Discoveries at this port underscore how interconnected ancient civilizations were, not just through economic transactions but also through the sharing of cultural, religious, and social practices. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and press bell icon for more details.